Yo, can y'all hear us? Kev, can you hear me?
Yes, sir.
All right. Should be good. I always do this. One time I just start talking and one time I just start talking. I was talking for a good 15 minutes and it was I was mad. People was like, I can't hear you. I was like, man, I forgot what I was saying. But what's going on, everybody, on this special edition of the Take It Home podcast? I am Chris Classic, and the person to the side of me, tell them who you are. They should already know.
I am Kevin Young Sr., also known as Yella, aka Yella Pill Coffee Co., the voice of C3 Ultimate Wrestling. And
Yes, indeed. Yes, indeed.
you know,
If you see this, subscribe, follow it, sub. Here's some good stuff, great content, especially on the Twitch and YouTube channel. So, hold on. What happened to my layout? Wrong layout. All right, before we do anything, you guys know that I gotta tell everybody what's going on, what I got going on, and everything like that. August 19th is Now That's Wrestling. We are Legion. I definitely did not put the picture up because the last picture I had, it was cropped and it was messed up. So August 19th in Wisconsin, American Legion, Appleton. You do not want to miss that. Then we also, our show, C3 Ultimate Wrestling. I cannot believe I don't have a flyer up for it. The Amazing World. There are some things that I have to change. As far as the show is concerned, I will let everyone know it's some big changes. So Wednesday, I will drop huge announcements. So pay attention to that. Make sure you subscribe to the C3 Ultimate Wrestling YouTube channel as well as the Take It Home Podcast YouTube channel, because the Take It Home Podcast, that's me and Car Vlogs, that's me and Kev, that's me and many wrestlers, me and my matches and things like that. We cover a whole bunch of wrestling, but to see what me and the company and the people who work with us do, go to C3 Ultimate Wrestling YouTube channel. Some dope stuff. Got a lot of footage and everything like that. So shout out to everybody. Here come the comments. The comments is already here.
yes, sir.
Yeah, shout out to you, Renee.
Yes, sir. What's up, Renee? Shout out to Renee.
Glad you made it. She said she wouldn't miss it. That's dope. That's good when people just giving love and stuff like that. So we got Brett. What's going on, Brett? Everything that you continue to do.
Right.
He has a podcast channel himself with his homies. Very great insights. They interviewed me one time. They were trying to have me curse. They failed.
I be trying. Yeah, Brett. I be trying.
This might be one of them. It might be one of the ones. Critically Drinking, Arshawn. Shout out to everything that you continue to do, sir. A person that is very honest, which is very rare in podcast space, which is crazy. But very honest, supportive of a lot of people. So I'm always say that about you, sir. I think I do have your AVI, so people can subscribe to your channel as well. So Critically Drinking. Like I said, man, just try to support people that not just support me, but, actually have some great things to talk about, because podcast space is so big, bro. It's so big, and so many people think they right, they correct, they want to have beef with people, and it's so crazy. So let me get this off. All right, let me go to some more comments before we go into the topic of the day. Oh, he had to acknowledge Renee. Yeah, y'all are crazy. Always. We had Chris Logan last night. I wasn't on, but yeah, I got to go back and I got to go back and watch it. I had to do a phone call, so I'll go back and watch. I'll definitely go back and listen to it, because Logan is one of those guys that everybody looks up to and everything like that. So shout out to Logan, Shogun Logan. Hey, everybody, Touch Noir, what's going on? Salute to you. Showing love. All right. Before I go into the topic, I definitely wanted to bring back something that happened about a year and a half ago. Me and my brother Yella, we talked about this. We talked about something very, very important that we felt was lacking at the time in AEW. So I'm gonna try to show my screen to, and let me know if you guys can hear it. I need you to help me look. I think I lost something. I'm looking for something right now, bro. Can you help me look for it?
What you looking for, man? What you trying to find? What don't you see?
Man, I'm trying to look for this, but I just can't see it, brother. I maybe the people who tune coming in, maybe they can help us look for it too, brother. Because I don't think you see it neither, brother.
Man.
Is it? No, it's not here. It's not on my laptop. It's damn near. It's damn near not on AEW Dark. No, it's actually on Dark. Oh. It's on Elevation, but it's definitely it's not a lot. It's little to none on Dynamite and Rampage. That's what, 3 hours. That's 3 hours, right?
I think I know what you're looking for now.
That's 3 hours, right? That's the main shows that people tune into, right? The ratings and everything.
4 hours.
It's 4 hours.
Two hours.
I didn't know that.
2 hour shows.
See, I thought Rampage was an hour. Hey, I still can't find it, bro.
I think I know what you're looking for. Audience, can you tell him what he can find on AEW Dark
pose.
and Elevation, but not on Dynamite and Rampage? Can anybody tell me?
Well, this is not the Christian pose. I'm looking for it.
Let me give y'all a hint. It starts with a B and end with Epo. Tony Khan. Where is the black folks, brother? Where is the black folks? I'm just saying.
What are black people at, man? All right. So this is something that we've been talking about for a while. So for us, times has changed. That video was a year and a half ago. It'll be 2 years, September this year. So things have changed. There's another show. There's more champions, and there's definitely start with a B, end with Epo. So there are more of them. There are a lot more of them. So what I didn't want to do, I didn't want to just say black representation in AEW. I definitely did not want to say black representation because, to be honest, regardless how people feel about that, anybody black is a representation of, us. You get what I'm saying? So what I wanted to call it is black presentation. So that is what it is. We are here to talk about, has our minds changed on black presentation in AEW? So when we say presentation, or when I say presentation, how are they booked? What storylines are they in? How compelling is it? Could they lead? Could they be champs? Some are already champs. How are the runs going? Anyway, how are they going? So I do have a lot of pictures of black athletes. I don't have everybody, so please don't come get me. I also want to be clear on this topic that my opinions are mine. Yella's opinions are his. Still my bro at the end of the day. Some people will agree with what I'm saying. Some people may not. And it's all love over here. This is not a cry or a beg for AEW, let alone any company, to showcase more of us. I think that you can either beg for change or be the change. So I will say that. This is just my analysis. This is just our analysis. He may have watched something more than what I have, but I do trust Yella with a whole bunch of things and things that we see on TV and things that we look at as far as wrestling. So, like I said, it's all love from here. But what we gonna do is we're gonna really analyze a lot of this stuff. So, what do you think so far of everything?
Okay, so since then, like you said, we've kind of seen AEW pick up more black talent. So I will give them credit on that. Like, we probably didn't even have enough to fill up that picture. The thumbnail.
Yeah.
That you put up there. You know what I mean? And a couple of them are originals. So they've been there kind of since day one. So that's been the thing. We've seen a significant title reign, which I will get to. And I will say this. They have focused more. I like the hip hop culture that Tony Khan tried to imply in there. You know what I'm saying? He didn't have Rick Ross on there, Action Bronson, a lot of the, you know what I'm saying, a lot of that type of energy. So I'm cool with that.
Bronson Russell.
Yeah, Bronson Russell too. Yeah,
Kevin Gates stole off on Tony Nese.
Yeah, right. Kevin Gates. I knew it was somebody else. Kevin Gates, right, punched Tony Nese in the face.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Rick Ross dropped the MF on live TV. You know what I'm saying? So they've trended towards the right direction. Now, the bigger presentation though, that's where it still struggles at to me. Like they've I mean, yeah, it's just that's it. So,
but see, this is why I had to say presentation instead of representation, because like I said, I'm not begging. I'm gonna say this a million times because a lot of people gonna think like I'm not one of them. We do our own thing over here at C3. I analyze stuff. I look at a lot of wrestling. I look at a lot of companies. I look at a lot of things. You get what I'm saying? So yeah, they have had black champions. They have had some have decent reigns. Jade, the hip hop culture. I'm a little divisive on that because that's fine because that is our culture and stuff like that, and people like it and things like that. But it's just certain things that I would like. For example, right? The Acclaimed are great. They are awesome. The people love the Acclaimed. Every time Max comes out with the microphone, people wait to hear what he has to say. So that is an entertaining aspect. Now, with the tag team situation, I kind of don't like it. I'm not big on blind eliminator tags when you have a lot of tag teams. and you get what I'm saying? So isn't FTR the AEW champs, right? The tag champs, right?
Right.
You see them more on Collision Course than Dynamite. Now, I understand what they're trying to do, but at the same time, this is your tag team. So to have a blind eliminator tag, and I'm not even mad that like Cole and MJF, they're doing this. That's fine, but they could have went against tag teams. You get what I'm saying? To shake up people who are already in the tag to be with somebody else, I kind of don't like it, especially because Dynamite is their basically flagship show. But when we go in even to the tag team titles, right, the Acclaim should have won it before Swerve and Their Glory did, if that makes sense. The only reason why Keith Lee and Swerve won it was because Jeff Hardy was hurt. Because, you know, the Bucks at the time were the champs and they were trying to do a feud at the time. And low-key, they probably were going to put the belts on the Hardys for nostalgia and ratings and stuff like that. But when Jeff got hurt, it was a here damn moment. Here you go. And that's why I talk about this a lot. Sometimes we be wanting stuff and then you don't want it when somebody say, here, damn, just take it. And I feel like as great as Swerve and Glory was as tag champs, I kind of knew what it was. And they had great matches with the Acclaim to where the Acclaim finally won it and stuff like that. But like, look at the circumstance. You know, that could have been the moment the Acclaim could have won if they beat the Bucks. I know it's like a triple threat. That would have been good for them because they were already a tag team and stuff like that. Now I know Keith and Swerve were already were already tagging before AEW, but that's the kind of stuff that I do be talking about.
So I would say this, and especially with them, and it's like the presentation, right? I look at Swerve and Our Glory as the example of why can't that be done? Like, why couldn't that have been the story? Because they've never had the blow off match, right? Since they've never had the one-on-one match. It's always been tag matches. I think he got sick for a minute, but they could have did it before he got sick. You know, it's even with the Acclaim, it's like they was there, but I know it's a tag team, but man, they was the best thing on there for a while.
Yeah, people loved them, and they still do. Not in trios. Well, I know Billy, took his boots off, but it went from tag to trios. Now I'm not sitting here saying that they gotta always be champions and things like that. I just think like the way they got it, which was they should have won it the first match they had with Swerve and Glory, and then they tried to redo the magic and it didn't work. And then within 2 days they lost it. I'm just over exaggerating, but the reign, I can't remember much of the reign and stuff like that. And between that time, it was the Gun Club, the FTR, and things like that. It was just like multiple things. So it's just like, even with the tag, and don't get me wrong, it's not even just with black presentation. It's also basically with the tag, they just been kind of, doing a lot of crazy stuff with it. So
yeah, that's part of another problem too. The tag belts nobody's really excited about those, but it's a struggle. It's an obvious struggle within the company that has obvious struggles. You know what I'm saying? And that's I don't know if that makes sense or not, but it's like
no, we see
it. Like
we see it.
It's clearly things that they need to do. You know what I'm saying? And focusing on presenting their black talent is better. Because if we look at it in comparison to WWE, dude. You mean you know what I'm saying? The presentation of the Acclaim compared to the presentation of the Street Profits, bro. Come on, the Street Profits finna do. Ain't no telling what they finna do, because they had the running in the back with the meeting in the back with Bobby Lashley.
I don't even want to talk about that, man. But no, look, man, y'all already know how I feel about that. But because that's gonna go into a point later. But I do feel like the Acclaim, they could have still had the belts. I think that people still love them and things like that. And even people loved when what's the other one? Anthony, that's his name? Anthony Bowens? Yeah. Yeah. He announced what he was, that he was gay and stuff like that. And people even was supportive of that on AEW television and stuff like that. So there's always a big difference between representation and pandering. You know, it really is. But at the same time, when you have a team that goes over, a team that people love, like they want to hear them rap, they want to see the scissor thing, they want to see all of that stuff. It's just like, what's going on when you making makeshift tag teams, or you're getting the belts off of them, and it's just like, we was just happy they had them and things like that. So the Acclaimed is going to be one of them that I analyze and stuff like that. But I want to talk about Swerve later. But I did want to talk about Powerhouse. I got bars. I can do everybody theme song for like $10. It'll be AB. We'll talk about Hobbs, and then after Hobbs, I got comments. So I'm gonna go to comments as people giving out love and stuff. So what you think of this man?
I don't know what they doing with him. I don't know what they doing with him, and they have failed. Powerhouse Hobbs. Everybody else then had at least a good chance. They have completely failed 100%. That is the example of the worst presentation of. That's mine. I don't know if yours was later on. We got to mine pretty early. We got to mine pretty early. Cause dude, ain't no way. He should have not been in the main title picture, main event, something like that, man. You ain't got to talk, do something, put somebody with him. There's plenty of managers in AEW. There's plenty of people with some people that could have taken him somewhere other than QT Marshall.
Okay. I will say this. Yeah, I will say this. I do not think he's ready for the main title. I will say that. I do think he needs a little more polishing. I will say that. With that being said, he does need a manager, and it shouldn't be Marshall. Marshall not have done that. Do you know what I'm saying? I don't think and my thing is this. I liked him as a singles competitor. He improved, and then they did the team task thing, and him and Ricky was a team, and I was even cool with them being a tag team and stuff like that. And then when Ricky lost the belt to Hook, the FTW title, Hobbs popped the mess out of that man's neck, and I was like, "Ooh, this is interesting. This is going to be very, very interesting." And I think Hobbs had a quick match with him at a pay-per-view, and then Starks got his lick back basically, and then that was it. Then they had him feuding with Wardlow for the TNT title, which is another issue.
And that's where they could have did it.
Yeah,
that's where they could have did it. Because I was like, all right, I'll give him a chance. Because I understand, like, because they was doing nice, like you said, as a tag team. Starks and Hobbs was decent. You know what I mean? They was holding it down. They was holding it down for Team Taz, basically. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? And did they even get to hold the tag titles? No, they didn't. They had title matches and stuff, and elimination matches and stuff. So they didn't. But still, yeah, they broke them up. And him and Wardlow, like, I didn't even mind that he would lose going against Wardlow, but then Samoa Joe was into the mix as well. Now, I don't remember if anybody else remember this, but I do remember when Samoa Joe won the ROH TV title and the TNT title. I think it was Hobbs or Wardlow. They like nodded to each other before one of them left the ring. So I'm like, oh, okay, these two might be a tag team. You know, remember firing Ice back in the day in WCW, Ice Train and Norton? Like, two powerhouse guys, black and white. Mm-hmm. But still, I thought they was going to do something like that. Nah, they didn't do it. They did vignettes. I love the vignettes of Powerhouse Hobbs. I'm from the streets of California, blah, 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 blah. You guys were a monster to me. Now I'm a monster to y'all. They had the videos, the Book of Hobbs. Y'all had all of this stuff. All he needed was a good manager. I felt like a good manager. Y'all gave him QT Marshall. Dude, everybody but he was with who? Wasn't he with somebody? Who was he with just before that though? That dropped the ball with him too, because he was with like another little group just before that. Just after I think it was just after. I might be getting my timeline mixed up. But that Wardlow feud, he didn't have to win them all, but he could have won that feud. Wardlow had the TNT title for him, especially after they bobbled it around. He could have used that. That's what I'm saying. He could have used that to get to the main right now, because Wardlow is main event ready. You know what I'm saying?
They acting like he not though.
I mean,
the way they doing stuff.
Let me speak like this. AEW relative. Because like I said, we talking about a company with a bunch of bigger issues. I watch it to keep up with it for newsworthy, but they don't. It's just always something missing with them. It's just always something missing. Every time I watch it, it's just always something missing. Just for me. And
he needs Stokely, bro.
He needs somebody. Shit.
He needs Stokely. He needs Stokely, man. I know Stokely is doing the thing with the firm with Big Bill and Lee Moriarty and stuff like that, but I think that he needs. I think Stokely should have been one. I mean, what's the other guy? He used to Mark Sterling. I wouldn't even choose him. Like I would have had Stokely. Honestly, I think it would have been Stokely. And like I said, once again, I'm gonna reiterate. I don't think he's main event ready, and I do think he has room to improve, and I think he has done great. I just think that like the back and forth with him and Wardlow and the TNT title. Now it's on the Luchasaurus, and Darby's gonna beat Luchasaurus for it. Either that or turtleneck Christian Cage. One of the two. But I do think Hobbs is one of those guys you have to mold him and things like that. But I do feel like they could have did him a little bit better. You have a manager, just have something. The Book of Hobbs, like that was something that he really could have worked on. You get what I'm saying? But yeah, let me read.
Like some House of Pain. I'm sorry, like some Hall of Pain, Mark Henry type stuff. You know what I'm saying?
Something like that. But,
yeah, because that's what they was kind of going for.
Pain. Yeah. Y'all could have had that with Wardlow or whatever. If y'all didn't have nothing to do with it, y'all could have had these two monster guys instead of making Wardlow a multi-time. Like it don't matter that he's a multi-time champion because he keep losing the belt, and then he lose the belt the same way, no DQ and all that other stuff. Like y'all. It's crazy. Golly, that's a whole bunch of people commenting. Hold on. Hold on, wait a minute. What up, Inya? So take it home. Everybody saying hi to everybody. Wrestling Inception. If I forget somebody or skip over, please forgive me. Everybody giving love to each other. So I watched WWE more. I've never watched the episode of AEW. They laughing at us, man. That's good. I'm glad because some people take this to heart. to heart. Like, hey, you don't know what you're talking about. Blah, 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 blah. And I'm like, we having fun over here. We analyzing.
Yeah. Shout out to the folks. Shout out to the crew. You know what I'm saying? Everybody that came through.
It's a difference, especially about the representation and pandering. I'm gonna go into that a little bit. More because. Especially with like the media and Hollywood and stuff like that, I just be looking like, come on, y'all. Y'all can't just go for this. I find AEW more and WWE more entertaining. Only watching it. Oh man, you ain't watching it no more because she ain't there. She in this conversation too. She in this conversation. What up, C Red? What up, my brother? What's going on?
Man, look, hey. Well, hey, look, yeah, y'all see it, man. Look, man, y'all go catch C Red. What was it, like last week?
Yeah, last week on YouTube, NWA. Yes. They have the whole show, and then they also have just a one-on-one of who he managed. It's Thomas Latimer versus, I forgot the guy who he managed. But if you put in NWA Thomas Latimer, it should be like one of the first things because usually the latest things pop up. DJ Dose, what's up, my brother? He said that's Marshall and Marshall not. You shall not manage Powerhouse Hobbs anymore. Right. You shall not.
Right. Hopefully he shall not be on the TV no more.
Do you prefer Hobbs as a face or heel? Maybe if he had I don't even want to talk about ROH, but he should be a heel. I would have him literally be the opposite of Wardlow, honestly.
Yeah.
I'd honestly have him as the difference between them. I'm not saying because he's black and Wardlow is white. I'm just saying you can have that. Like I said, like big men wrestling and stuff like that, Land of the Dinosaurs and stuff like that. I think that would do good if y'all actually gave them time and gave them a story instead of just hot potato in the TNT title. So who that man? Who was that? Was it Hobbs?
You talking about Hobbs or
that was Stokely. Stokely, that's like a manager.
Somebody else,
right? Somebody.
Hey, somebody else. I don't know.
Where's C Red? C Red.
Right. I mean, come on.
Come on, man. Like, come on.
Man.
So come on, man. So, all right, I'm gonna go to somebody else. And like I said, we're not analyzing everybody. We're just analyzing a few people. We will, if some people may bring some people up in the chat, that's fine. So you said Hobbs may have had it the worst. What about him?
Keith Lee. Oh, Keith. You know what? I can't say this. The only reason I don't say he had it worse than Hobbs.
That's Uncle Ben right there.
Yeah, I mean, you know,
that's Uncle Ben right there.
That's Paw Keith. That's Paw Keith.
That Paw. Say bye to Paw.
Right.
Paw gone fishing.
But he only reason I wouldn't say he had it worse than Hobbs is because at least they was trying to work something in, like with the celebrity involvement. You know what I'm saying? That's at least that's some type of investment. You know what I'm saying? They try. Just my only problem with the storyline between that was my fault. When the whole thing with their feud is that they just never had the one-on-one match.
Yeah, closure. Just right. You didn't have closure.
Right.
I think they would have closed. They would have shut the house down. They would have had a great match. I think they would have had a great match.
Yeah.
Yeah. So no, I agree.
Yeah. And that's the only thing that, because everything at this point they didn't drag it out, and they're still going back to it with no, like, it didn't even have to be closure, because you can always come back to a rivalry in wrestling, always.
Long-term storytelling.
I mean, if they blew up the Death Star, you know what I'm saying? Like, they did a lot of the stuff in between the end of the story. You know what I'm saying? Somebody won for a minute. You know what I'm saying? It went, people done got this few. People done got fired. People done got left. Right, Rick Ross ain't back. Right. I don't know what's going on. It was a team in a blind eliminator, and that was the thing. They was a team in a blind eliminator, like randomly, like the two people who are former tag team champions who got beef with each other. The match was entertaining. I ain't even gonna lie, but at the same time, like what's going on? Like, I really do think like these guys will really have a great match, and I know that Keith does, had health issues. I hope and pray he's not going through the stuff again. I'm glad he dyed his hair black, because he looked like he was about to cook some rice with the white hair. But yeah, Keith is one of those guys. The crowd loved him. They engaged in him. They wanted to see the bill throw that he was doing to people. He was doing dive outs. He was being himself. People loved what he did on the Independence. Now it's looking like maybe WWE wasn't wrong about Bearcat Lee. Man, I've always
wait. They also gave him a when he was in AEW. They gave him a cape, and then one promo he did with Dustin Rhodes, he had like a Power Ranger logo on one of his jackets. Bro, I don't know what's going on, man. Where's Bearcat Lee at, man?
With the scratches across his singlet.
He says collard green key.
No, those collard green key. Neck bone.
Look, and I understand people don't like his jargon, how he talks and stuff like that. But for people to like the way certain wrestlers wrestle in AEW, you know what I mean when I say that. Mm-hmm. This big dude is doing the stuff that y'all like or whatever like that. So it's like, but he's also a big guy. And I truly do believe that they do not want to elevate big guys into the main event title picture. I just think that I know this is, just a side and far from what the whole thing we're talking about, but I really do think they do not want to push big guys at all, regardless of how good or how great they are. I just think that the execs, they're trying to prove that people under 300, under 280 can do something with a whole company.
Mm-hmm. Can carry. I mean, kind of go back to why I said even Wardlow and Hobbs. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. That's probably why Hobbs a big dude.
Wardlow was over the Powerbomb Symphony. People wanted to see him. He had a reaction, and that'd be the biggest thing to me. People be like, oh, but they don't have reaction. This dude had a reaction. The whole storyline with MJF and everything like that. After that should have elevated him. You know what I'm saying? But they just didn't. He was doing swantons and whispering the rings with other people and stuff like that. So it's just like I said, y'all say y'all like a certain style or a certain thing, and it happens. They said might as well make him old and cantankerous like somebody else we know. But I do have another one, and I don't know if Arshawn is still here, but this is his boo. This is his boo.
Yeah,
Jade Cargill.
Shout out to Jade.
Now, I will say this. Jade needed some work. However, she had a great presence as a woman, as a black woman. She had great presence. I remember on her social media, on Instagram and stuff, she would ask people who want to be baddies, and people will respond to that. She was doing a whole bunch of things, a lot of PR, a lot of interviews, a lot of stuff. A lot of people was looking at some of the stuff she was doing. Now, I'm not going to sit there and say, and there's evidence apparently that some of her segments were some of the highest rated segments, or close to it. Now, some of the storyline is and but at the same time, out of all the people that I'm showing, I do think that she kind of showed some great stuff because people liked it, people reacted, even if she was a bad gal, even if she was a baddie, if you will, and stuff like that. She's had some good matches, and people get mad saying she need work, but I'm like, this is why I don't want to say I put it to the side when people say she need work, but there's a lot of women that they heavily feature, former women's champions that need work. You get what I'm saying? And I made a video saying that she's in the right company. And I said it because of that reason. Like, and I don't know if people cool with these people or whatever, but I'm going to be completely honest. Everybody was clamoring for Britt Baker, DMD, and stuff like that. And then they had that video come out when she went against Anna Jay at the house show. I don't know if you've seen it.
No.
It was pretty bad. The match was pretty bad. Some of the stuff, she had a 30-second match on was it Collision Course? A 30-second match, and the psychology was off. How was it off in the 30-second match? I don't know. But Jade, I do think she did her thing, and even her losing the title, they did make her strong. But what did you think of Jade?
Jade, honestly, had the best opportunity so far, the best presentation. Um, and she did the best with it. You know what I'm saying? Kind of, she had the opportunity to um really make that, like, regardless of how they feel about her work and stuff like that, man. We know that wrestling is a bit of everything.
Yeah.
You work, you know what I'm saying? We're not finna sit here and act like everybody got to be the best worker to be the best professional wrestler. Because that's, you know what I'm saying? That's, you know what I mean? Like, as far as like in ring, because if they want her to be super crisp and in ring, that's perfectly fine. But I would substitute a little bit of that for the personality that she brings.
Mm, that's real.
Because
You hide the negatives, show the positives.
yes,
For the
and her,
most part, they did a good job with that, though.
yeah, oh
They
yeah, yeah, yeah. She didn't hesitate to be. She didn't hesitate to be herself. She didn't hesitate to be a baddie. You know what I'm saying? The cosplay,
believability. Yeah,
yeah, the believability, yeah,
believability.
and yeah, okay, a Jade Cargill match could get a bit redundant.
Yeah, and we honest. Look, we honest.
It could
This
get
is
a
what
bit
I'm
redundant.
saying. We honest here. I'm not gonna be
You
like that's on the pandering side. I promise you, bro. I promise. I'm not. We ain't on that. I'm literally saying that she did need some work or whatever like that. So that's what I'm saying. She needed work. Atlas is in the building. Atlas is in the building. What's up, Atlas? So
I can, I can understand.
she's talking about the Britt Baker match that happened at Collision Course. Then she's also talking about Jade Cargill. I think because Jade Cargill has some short matches too. So, but they should put her in top matches and show her progress. They tried to push her too much with mid card matches. Who remembers when Lost Rex? Now, see, this is the thing with that. We being honest here. She needed work. Some of the women that they put at the top would think that they at the top. They need work too. I just don't see it. It hurts me because I'm not really attacking Jade. I'm more attacking the situation. I know that don't make sense, but it makes sense to me. It makes sense to me.
I mean,
I think I think we gotta be honest here when it comes to women wrestling in AEW and stuff like that. I like Serena Deeb, right? But at the same time, you know, I like Thunder Rosa. But then that's the Jamie Hayter was getting up there and people liked her, and then the injury happened. Now it's Tony Storm. Like when I look at a women's match in AEW, I see stuff be kind of. And I'm not harping on the women because some of them try their best. But if I see forearms that don't look like forearms, it horrible forearms, psychology be off, and it's not just the women. It's just what y'all showcase. You know what I'm saying? It's what y'all showcasing and things like that. And it's just like. You can't lie and say that Jade didn't have a presence when she entered. Britt has it too, as well. But man, that house show, man, I recommend you look at it. Because I definitely was like, what's going on? And people have bad matches. It happens. But God, dog.
I mean, that's the thing about it, man. Jade was the best female on the roster they had at the time. Like whatever
so
she was.
You're saying she was the best they had at the time, or just?
I mean, she been gone for a couple months now. I mean, how long she been gone? About 6 weeks?
Maybe about 6
Maybe
weeks
longer.
or something like that.
Yeah, probably a little longer. But I mean, you know, the rest of the ladies had their time, like Statlander. Okay, so here's how I present it, right? I watch a lot of sports stuff and baseball stuff, and it's a stat it's a stat called win above replacement, right?
Okay.
So it accounts of how many wins you can produce above your replacement, right?
Mm-hmm.
And since she's lost the TBS title, don't nobody care about Chris Statlander.
I think
Nobody.
I think She gets a reaction. I think a lot of people do like her, but I think they probably wanted Jay to lose more than Chris to win, because this has been talked about for months, but Chris had an injury or whatever like that. But I do know, like, I am glad that she did, Chris Statlander, I am glad that she did change her look or whatever like that. She looks a little bit more serious than a alien. Don't start, Atlas. Atlas and already. Don't start. Look, I knew it. Don't start. Don't start. I liked Jade. Green and all. Green as the name that she bears. I liked her. I did. Did she need work? Yes. Did a lot of other women need work too? Yes.
Don't do Jade. Okay.
Yeah. We're talking about her next, Atlas, because I agree. I wholeheartedly agree with you. So, but Jade was. All right. Jamie says.
Yeah, I'm finna say I'm agreeing with Jamie. My bad. I didn't mean to cut you off, but yeah, I'm agreeing with Jamie. You good. You good. That response for Statland to be a tad bit off. That's what I'm saying. Like, that's one of the things that I even pay attention to AEW for. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And that is why I'm like, okay, y'all don't have to have a lose at this point. So them pink girls taking Jada, aka the pink and green.
I don't know if they're gonna do a Tony versus Jade for the AEW Women's title. If they do, they better have the best producers on it. They better have the best producers on it if they do it. And I'm not even talking about the Jade spectacle. I'm talking about Tony as well. Like, I know a lot of people like Tony. They like how she look and stuff like that. You get what I'm saying? But she's presentation. You know what I'm saying? So yeah. So with Jade, I don't know. She might even be gone. I don't know. Hey, look, I don't know. I don't know. A lot of people are like talking to her on social media. She's saying she gone. Who knows? Could be trolling. Could be work. It could be a whole bunch of things or whatever like that. But if she is gone, I mean, she did have something when she was in AEW, for a little bit. Because I know she was very vocal on her social media of about certain things, and she would delete certain posts and stuff like that. So Atlas brings up something about Chris. Statlander is a perfect example of someone that has a gimmick in name alone. She's supposed to be an alien, right? How we know? How is it supposed to work into her presentation?
Is she still doing the alien? Is she still kind of?
She changed it. She comes out in like all black. I think she has like a thunderbolt on her eye or something. But when she was the alien or whatever, they were saying she's from the Andromeda Galaxy. The makeup and she looked like a Power Ranger, like the outfit, like I don't know. And then like she boot people on the nose. I get what Atlas is saying, like, you know what I'm saying, but for some reason at one point people like that. They love that about it. Atlas says, so you think she coming back?
Yeah, say Jay got a little girl and is on vacation right now, spending time. Yeah, I can believe that. Yeah.
And that goes into another point that Atlas has brought up before about heel work and stuff like that. Like, even like Roman, how we supposed to boo the man that beat cancer. Jade would beat people and get her baby and walk to the back. You think I'm a boo a black mother? You think I'm a boo a black mother with her children? You think I'm gonna boo that? The baby crying. The baby crying. Alice brought up a good point with Roman, but look, that was, hey man.
I booted. Hey, you beat cancer. That's cool. You beat cancer. That's cool. It still don't make you not a jerk.
You think I'm a boo a black mother?
Wait a minute. Right. That's why I was like, I'm not gonna boo her. You know what I'm saying?
I'm not gonna boo a black mother. Like, they were showing the girl crying. The girl would cry when the mother would win. and she'd pick her up, and the baby literally wiping her eyes going to the back. You think I'm a born black mother? Come on, man. Come on. I'm not doing that. Come on. I liked her already. I did. I liked her already. But I'm not born a black mother. I'm just not. Why? No. But hey man, that's the thing about that heel work stuff, man. It's just like, hey, I want you to like me a little bit. Look, I'm a mother. And you know. Remember they said she watched AEW, she watched WWE mostly.
We got
Allison, without a doubt, she'll be back. So I feel like if she is back, they will put her more to the title picture and stuff. I honestly hope to see her back. Maybe she has improved more. Maybe the whole unit in women's wrestling has also improved, because y'all telling me all these people that's helping train these women, Bryan Danielson and all these guys, they're trying to help women and help other people, men as well, and then it's just not showing on TV. So yeah, anybody born no black mother, like nobody. The topic tonight, it could easily be turned into a storyline with not being presented correctly. Honestly, it's been some times where it hasn't been presented correctly, like Swerve and the Glory winning the tag titles and things like that. The Acclaim winning it in the rematch between Swerve and the Glory when they should have won it in the first place. They should have won it the first time, because the second match was nowhere as good as the first match. Like you can't push the button. Sometimes it's too late to push the button. Now you know, and then they didn't even have the belts for a long time. But going to the second person, the next person, which I do think is doing great, and I hope they don't mess her up.
Hold on. I was gonna say before you go there, I was gonna address.
I clicked it. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
No, I was gonna say I was looking at Jamie's comment. He said with the topic tonight, it could be easily turned into a storyline. Man, just all the black wrestlers in AEW just start a faction.
I don't want that. I don't even want it. I don't even want it in WWE.
Yes, pull them together.
I don't even want that in WWE. I don't even want it in WWE. Everybody talking about Hurt Business 2.0. I don't even want that.
I do. Don't even call it that.
I don't. We'll talk about it. I don't want that. I'll let you know why I don't want that, because I'm telling you, y'all gonna be mad. But Willow freaking Nightingale, the women's Owen Hart Cup winner of this year. She was the JPW. What is it? The Strong Women's Champion.
Yeah,
strong. It was she was that recently. She just lost that not too long ago. And then I believe everybody's saying she had a banger against Athena and ROH. Athena is also on this list too. Yeah. So, what are your thoughts on Willow Nightingale?
Yeah, after Jay left, it's pretty much been Willow. Willow been holding it down. Willow has been holding it down. Yep, that is definitely who been holding it down at the J Lab, because it's like you needed a different presentation, right? You know what I'm saying? So you seen the heel presentation of what it looked like. Now you can see the face more. You know what I'm saying? More bubbly, I guess, kind of different. Because the one thing that we have in the issue with black wrestlers is the same formulaic presentation. They gotta dance, they gotta be hip hop, they gotta be you know what I'm saying? You could be whatever. You could be whatever. And
she's bubbly, you know what I'm saying? And it works.
Yeah.
She got signs. People have signs for Willow. They love her, they're clapping, they're dancing. I made a video about it. I was like, Willow could be up there if they do it the right way. You know, Willow can wrestle. She's presentable. She's believable. She takes the straps off, and it's business. Like, she knows how to work a crowd and things like that. So Willow is definitely up there. And I'd be like, okay, well, I can't. You can't really tell me anything bad about Willow. Like, we could sit and say Jay needs work or this person needs work and stuff like that. But Willow has a presence, and I really do think they should capitalize on it. I mean, she had a match against Toni Storm at Forbidden Door, and it was a decent match, but we already knew what was going on. Like, come on, man. Like, we knew what was going on. Like, we knew what the deal was. Like, come on, man. Somebody said something about the women's tournament was bad. I ain't say it.
Was the bomb. No, yeah, it said the women's tournament. Yeah, the women's side of the tournament was the bomb. Yeah, yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
Oh, they definitely gonna lose, Jamie. If they go ahead, you might as well be. Hey, man, look, all black faction. Yep, I agree. I definitely agree. I'm telling y'all, man, y'all don't want that. She purdy. Yeah. Nah, stop, Dre. Stop.
Right. I'm with Dre on both them comments.
Team Thickums. But nah, I think Willow, she could be the one to dethrone Tony. Tony Storm. I think the crowd will love it and stuff like that. You know, AEW does a great thing sometimes, not all the time. Fan service. So if it's your hometown or home state, you probably have 100% chance of winning the title or something like that. You get what I'm saying? Like, they try to make people go home happy most of the time. Sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't. Like Darby, right? Darby beat he'd be like Samoa Joe for the TNT title, the niche title, that title. Mm-hmm. He beat him in his hometown, and then he lost it the next week or something like that. Like, they do these kind of things. And I think with Willow, if they do it right, Willow could be a great presentable AEW women's champion. She can feud with Jamie Hayter after or whatever when Jamie gets better, because Jamie is also another one that I actually did like, and fans, grew with. They started to like her. But Willow, when I've seen her since she's been in AEW, and the reaction, even on AEW Dark and Elevation, she's always had a response and an interaction with the crowd. And I think the kids get behind her. And I don't want to call her like the Black Bailey or nothing, because she's her own self. Willow, but very bubbly, very vibrant. You know what I'm saying? And I think that can definitely work for her character in AEW or ROH, because she goes back and forth between companies.
Right. So. And that show you really the type of reach that she got, because she goes between AEW, ROH, which is basically the same company. But
I know, but yeah.
Right. Yeah. But I mean, but even with ROH, she's one of the best things on ROH too. That a thing, you know what I'm saying? I heard that Athena match was good. You know what I'm saying? I haven't seen it. I seen little highlights. I'll probably go back and watch it. That might be how I can introduce, because I know a lot of the folks that come watch, you know what I'm saying, don't really, everybody don't really watch AEW like that. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. So I'm that's on my list of things to do. Definitely. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? But even with New Japan, you know what I'm saying? They rock with it with New Japan, with that crowd, because that's a different crowd. The people who watch New Japan Strong and all that, that's a different crowd. So, she was good with them for a minute. They was cool with her having the title, and she, she probably defended it a couple times.
Yeah, I believe it was Mercedes was supposed to win it, but Mercedes called the mulligan because she got hurt. And she gave it to Willow, and people were still accepting of that. You get what I'm saying? That's a big thing. You know what I'm saying? Because a lot of people would probably bet money that Mercedes would have won. And even though something happened, unfortunately, Willow took the best of it. And she was on AEW TV and stuff like that. And people liked it. Now, I know that some people may feel a certain way about Willow because she powerbombed Anna Jay, and Anna Jay missed the whole table. But that's the only scratch she got on the record for me. And they shouldn't even have that match in the first place. But
hey, who missed the table? That's all I'm saying. Look, I threw you. You got to go through the table. All right. That's between you.
Yeah, he said they put her over on Sasha. That made her. You know what I'm saying? So even this is the time. Like, there's not a lot of people I feel is going to disagree about Willow. But since we are in the women, this is the last woman. There's two more guys, and like I said, I'm not going to get everybody, but what you think of Athena?
Like I said, she's probably, as far as she's been keeping that momentum, because she's been having this reign for a minute. She's been ROH Women's Champion for a minute, so. She was champion as Jade was losing. She's been through that little transition, because Willow is definitely more AEW. Then ROH, a lot of times she appeared way more on there. So it's like kind of count her like that. So like she's been kind of holding it down on AEW. Willow's been kind of holding it down on AEW. Athena's been doing that on ROH for the last couple months. You know what I mean? So since she's basically on what's considered like Tony's second project, you know what I'm saying? That's kind of the only reason I put her under Willow right now. But man, I've always liked Athena though. I've always liked Athena. You know what I mean? So she's definitely one of those who as long as you give her the the opportunity, you know what I'm saying? As long as you write her the story, she can handle her business. As long as you do that, you good.
Shout out to Sim. Within the last year, only two of them didn't have AEW ROH titles. That Willow versus Athena title match was dope too. Yeah, a lot of people talked about that. Now Atlas, do you know what her husband did? Cam, do you know what her husband did? Do you know what her husband did? And she didn't mind it. Do you want to know what her husband did?
Do I want to know?
Yeah.
No, do I want to know?
Yeah. This is one take. I can't say I can speak for anything else outside of it. But all right. So her husband is Caucasian. So he also wrestles.
Right.
So he decided to make a shirt that say like King of the Black Women or something like that. And was actually selling that. And she was fine with her husband having that shirt. That's one take. That was enough for me. I can sit here and say you're talented and stuff like that, but really? What kind of heat is that?
No.
Yes, bro. Yes, bro. Yes, bro. Yes. Yes.
I gotta look this up. I'm sorry. No,
that's
go
fine.
ahead, continue. No, I got to look this up right now. This requires
no, that's fine.
This is breaking news.
That's fine. Look, people marry who they want to marry. That's not one of those things. And if you could show it to the wonderful people. But she ain't no sister. So salute Sim. Let's see a good handle. And that's the thing. Like she's a great wrestler. I think she's very good in things like that. I know that some people they didn't like because she was like, I ain't gonna lie, she kind of like messed up a couple times, but it happens, you know. Britt got her nose busted on one of the spots, but I'm like, Britt always bleeding. You know what? That's not an excuse, but I'm just saying. So, and she had a match against Jody Threat. That was like on Dark or something like that. A lot of people, they didn't like how they said that she was stiff or whatever like that. So they try to like put that against Athena. And Athena, she responded with, when guys are like that, that's fine. But when women do that, then that's a problem and things like that. And she stood on that. So she's been killing it. She's been killing it on ROH. Hold on, let me see. All right, we have that's Matthew Palmer. That's her husband.
Bro, hold
on. Bro, I won't steal you wrong. Oh, you can still pay for it.
Wow.
I got my cupcake, baby. Thank you.
Wow. So this is actually a thing.
Bro, yes. Yes. I don't think he's
And
wears
it's
it still.
available. It's still.
I didn't know it was still available though. Nah, everybody, what the F? Lord Almighty, what's going on? Now? Because I believe I talked to Atlas and C-Red about this on one of the lives about what is a heel. Yeah, imagine if that was right.
Okay. That kind of changes everything. Boo.
You get what I'm saying? And
Look,
I'm not sitting here and I'm not going.
Boo.
I'm not.
I am. Boo. Boo. I am. Boo. I am. Thank you, Sim Simma. Bring up Sim Simma. Boo. Boo. I gave her I was gonna give. I'm thinking because I seen the comment and I'm thinking, okay, he just talking about like because I know she cosplay, I know she into the other stuff, and people might look at that a different way. If that's why I'm with Sim Simma, boo, 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 boo. Nah, boo. I hope she dropped the title next week. I hope you get her. Drop the title off of her. Be like, yeah, you gotta lose. Like right now. She be like, why? Just cause I heard the dude Yella was on the internet and he was like, you need to lose. And he was like, yeah, I understand what he's saying. Boo. Boo. Nah. Boo. No.
Look, man. I've said it. And I brought it up before. I'm like, hey. Like, look, this is what happened. So my take on it is this, I'm not sitting here saying that she has to explain because we are people, you know what I'm saying? But when you have a social media presence, and I was like, y'all ain't never pressed her about this. I remember seeing this and was like, she cool with that? And then when I saw that, this is what I felt. I felt like this. I truly felt like I'm going to a previous post from Atlas. I really felt like that. I was like, look, come on, man.
I don't even think a black male wrestler can get away with that.
It'll be more accepted in a heel light. You get what I'm saying? Like,
I can see that. I can see that.
You know what I'm saying?
Boy, and so quick.
This man does not. He said, and he knew what he was gonna do.
He's lucky he is on the indie of the indies, boy, because he can't. I know I ain't never heard of him. Man, for real, this me being for real. He must like I'm not never gonna be no.
Atlas said she been like that. I knew that chick from Texas. Atlas went to Texas for a little bit with Booker T and everything, and was talking to him about a whole bunch of stuff. So. And she was in, she was in Texas. Wasn't she like managing the Usos at one point, like FCW or something? Or was it Texas? I don't know.
Yeah, she was.
Help me out with that, Atlas.
Yeah, yep, I remember that. She was
look, man.
I'm
not validating. Look, right. That's my thing. Would
I'm just gonna boo her.
I wouldn't let my significant other go outside like that. I'm just saying.
I mean,
I just wouldn't. And for somebody to have a social media presence as strong as hers, and she didn't even like talk about that at all or cleared it up or anything like that, it is what it is. So, look, he said, "I'm getting that Britt Baker black eye shirt."
Right, hold on. And they got mad about that.
I didn't care for the shirt. Yeah, I know. I didn't care about it neither. I thought that shirt was about as bad as Anna Jay's fat butt shirt. Remember what she say? Cute face, fat butt, whatever. I was like, dog.
Just how with the black eye though, right?
I understand, but some people feel like because that seems like that's promoting domestic violence, even though it was something that happened in her match. You know what I'm saying?
What the hell do female fighters get?
That's true. But the thing is, see, this is the bad part about that. That just shows you how people look at something and then be like, dang, you're promoting domestic violence without even asking who this person is and stuff like that.
but king of the black women with the white dude.
She managed them in the reality of wrestling Booker T school.
But the
So
white dude with the king of the wrestling. Because my thing is this: first of all, first, second, and third of all, we understand it. We understand it's wrestling, and I didn't hear about. I didn't hear about no. It didn't even make it that far. It was wrestling fans complaining about the shirt. But this is a known thing, and y'all ain't pressing this lady up, man. Look, man.
people either forgot or didn't know because
Boo, Athena.
it's
Boo.
not going to be front page news on certain sites and stuff like that, unless like they wanted to be, unless somebody really wanted to be mad at her and have like some negative stuff for that. So
Boo.
they said on the shirt the sister is scarcely dressed. See, and that's the thing, man. Y'all people be trying to get heat and stuff be unnecessary at times.
I'm triggered.
He could have just said king of the women or something. Like that would have been something. He said the black women. He said, no, I want the black ones. See, I'm not taking this serious, but for a black chick to let a white man to be that comfortable is a problem. She had to, because either they was married or they agree, or maybe not. Like I don't know. I don't know their relationship. I think maybe they was engaged or whatever. But they was together at the time the shirt came out, because that's the reason why he came out with the shirt. So, and some people do stuff to retaliate. Some people be like, man, what you doing with a black girl? And he was like, I bet I'm the king of all of them. Some people do this kind of stuff.
There's a line, though. There's a line. Okay.
He said, I'm sick of y'all saying that. You know what? Let me call Pro Wrestling Tees. Let them hook me up with a controversial shirt.
They tripping.
But she can wrestle, though. She can wrestle.
No, she can't.
I lost Kevin.
No, I'm completely done. No, I'm completely done.
I lost Kevin. Everybody was giving her love except Atlas. Everybody like, man, forget it, Theta.
That's all right, man. See, that's why I be like, everybody think Atlas just a cranky old man.
No, you gotta listen.
You gotta listen sometimes, man.
You gotta listen. My thing was this. I saw the shirt before I even knew who she was. You know what I'm saying? That's why I remember it so much, because of, I remember it. So it was just like, all right, I got my reserve on her. She can wrestle. She's good. She's, but man, I was just like, dog, you really let him leave the house with that? You really let him try to do this kind of stuff. And I want to go there, but I don't. Okay, I'm gonna just go with what Atlas said. She black, but not a sister. I'm gonna just say that. When we say that, or when other people hear that, they know exactly what we say when we say that. So I'm gonna just leave it at that. I'm gonna just leave it at that. So we're gonna go to the next person.
Hey, for real. I be listening, man. I be trying to tell you. I be listening.
I listen to you, bro. I still gotta call you, but I listen. I still gotta call you, but I'll be listening. Okay, so this one, I don't know if it'll be controversial or whatever. And Atlas is in the chat. Love you, Atlas. All right, let's talk about this guy.
Okay.
Richard Starks. I don't know if his real name is Richard, but Ricky Starks. I got one more after this, and then we can brainstorm about the other stuff, and then we can head out. So, the Owen Hart Tournament men's winner. What do you think of Richard? I hope his name is.
Let's say the positives.
Okay.
I'm glad that he has the presentation of, I'm going to distance myself away from the pillars. I'm glad that he don't want to be associated with that. You know what I'm saying?
That's actually good. Yeah.
Yeah. So it's like him being his own individual. He's still one of the young guys. So he's gonna be around for a while. but he's his own individual self. One of the people who I probably could see benefit actually
leaving to go to Connecticut.
WWE. Yeah.
What about in AEW though? Like what are we doing? Like how do you feel with
that's the negative. I don't see it. They just won't. They not doing it right because he is supposed to be getting that level of attention with the pillars. That's why everybody keeps saying that, but they not doing that. And that is the dumbest thing ever. Like he probably got one of the highest levels of charisma in the company, probably one of the best talkers on the mic. He original, as much as people want to say he's like a rock clone. I mean, who ain't at this point?
He kind of. I mean, everybody got on LA Knight. Hey, he kind of.
Who ain't?
But I won't say. Yeah.
Who ain't
okay, I'm not disagreeing with you.
right. But who ain't the right? That's what I'm saying. I see it. You know what I'm saying? Whenever you got the shirt and the chain on and stuff like that, you know what I'm saying? And it don't help it. And for LA Knight though, just real quick, it don't help that he sound like the dude too. You know what I'm saying? Like he actually just sounds like The Rock. If you ever go listen to his voice, he sounds just like dude. So, but with Ricky, it's him being, it's but like, you know what I'm saying? To put it like that, it's his physical presentation as well.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
He, and I'm gonna read Atlas comment after this. He broke down the pillar talk to me. You know what I'm saying? He literally basically said like only one person is like benefiting from the pillar stuff. He's talking about MJF.
Right.
And then he did the promo with MJF and stuff like that when they did like the title match and stuff like that. It works. He talked about his eczema. He talked about how he looked. He talked about how he dressed and stuff like that. There's not a lot of people that can say they can hold one with MJF over in AEW. That's just the truth. I know a lot of people talk about they sick of how he talk MJF and stuff. I love all of it because it's all old school to me. But I could watch him and MJF, Ricky and MJF just really talk about each other like they did a couple times. So that's my thing. This guy works hard. He doesn't want to be a pillar. He broke down the pillar thing because he was 100% right. And going into Atlas' point, he says Ricky is a great example of how he fought to get there and has elevated everyone and everything he's been in. Team Taz. Now they're doing a thing on Collision Course. If you look at YouTube Collision Course, he did good promos there. Had a great tag match. Remember that dude came from NWA, and now
that's what I remember. Yep.
Yeah, he was a stroke daddy, and
the stroke daddy.
He was a stroke daddy.
What title? Didn't he have a title? He was like
it was the national title. Yeah. When NWA came back the first time, he was one of the first people there that stood out to me. And he was a stroke daddy, and people loved it. And then I think he left because better stuff for AEW. You know what I'm saying? So he says Ricky has a natural swagger. That's why he reminds everyone of The Rock. There ain't too many, and I agree with that. That'd be my biggest thing. Is to say something and people leave with something when you say something. What are you leaving with? Like the promo he did, talked about the pillars, saying I stand on my own and I'm wearing Prada, by the way, and things like that. He came out with a bag. He had a bag, and he said, there's nothing in the bag. I just wanted to show you my Louis V. That's some old school, bro. That is some old school stuff right there, man.
Right.
People thought he had a belt.
You seen, because Punk came out with the
Punk.
Yeah, because Punk came out with the red belt. I mean, with the red bag with the belt in it. You know what I'm saying? Because we know it's a belt, AEW, damn. You know what I'm saying? The red belt. You know what I'm saying? And he just came out and he was like, ain't nothing in the bag. That was so slick, bro.
This is my Louis bag. And then Punk cut a promo. Punk cut a promo and he left, and Ricky said, "There's nothing in my bag, like there's nothing in your bag, bro." Like, come on, man. Like, beautiful stuff, bro. Beautiful stuff. That guy gives 100. I don't see how these men wear shoes with no socks, but he be on it. Like he that swaggerish. I gotta put some socks on, some church socks or something. But I don't know. I don't know how these people do it. Sam said it sounds just like The Rock been saying that since TNA. His TNA Impact. He was in the TNA Impact.
He talking about LA Knight.
Oh, okay, yeah. Yeah, Knight was one of those ones that I've seen for a little bit and a lot other shows too. But yeah, even when he was in NWA, talking about like he was doing it, and now it's like one of the most over things in WWE. What, second to the Bloodline?
Man, I remember. I know we talking about black wrestlers, but I remember LA Knight was in TNA when he first came in TNA. He came in as like in like a faction with Drew McIntyre.
Oh,
he was in a faction with Drew McIntyre, and it was a black dude in there with him.
Micah, Haku's son. He was going by Micah. He was formerly Camacho in WWE.
Okay.
Yeah, he used to wear the slacks and stuff with what's his name, Hunico. Remember Hunico and Camacho. He was Camacho, but he was actually Ming's Haku's son. So yeah, I remember. Yeah, I remember that stable. I forgot the name of it though.
I knew somebody melanated up in there.
Yeah. So, but yeah, I remember he's a former Impact champion too. Mm-hmm. And this is around the time where Austin Aries came back for some reason and was a belt collector and took the title. But going back into it, yeah, Starks is just one of those ones. It's just like anti-pillar. And I think that works for him. Now, he's obviously a heel now, so I doubt they're going to put him in a title picture or whatever. He had a good match against MJF on free TV and stuff like that. And I do wish it's something that they do touch back on, but who knows with this Adam Cole and MJF storyline. Adam Cole wrestling in a t-shirt now. So who knows? One more wrestler. What'd you say?
No, I was just gonna say, never mind. No, we're not finna do the that's all you. But I listen to your boy Cornette. That's all he be talking about is Adam Cole.
Yeah, I know. But he to his credit, he does have a point, and people don't like to hear that. He does have a point. Okay, one person we did talk about this person. If I forget anybody, if you guys want to put names in for a little bit, we'll speak about it briefly. But one that I really like, who should be next level, who has been showing it, is Swerve. Swerve. What do you think of Swerve?
I don't know what happened to Swerve all the way around.
Okay.
Like this before AEW. It's Swerve got it all. Like Swerve
I got him next. I'm sorry. I had Scorpio Sky, but I didn't put his picture. So I'm glad you reminded me. Thank you.
I was gonna mention that to that too.
Yeah, but,
Swerve got the ability to do it all. It's just something that's not clicking. Like, and he's got, like I said, he's got the ability to be good at everything, but it's just he's not getting. I don't know if he just ain't getting good storylines or if he just ain't catching the braille. People just don't get it. Because I've liked him. I've liked him since he was Kill Shot. Was it? Yeah.
Oh yeah. Kill Shot. Lucha Underground. Yeah.
Yeah. I liked him since he was Kill Shot. That was my first time like actually seeing him. Like before I knew who he was. Like seeing him.
Yeah.
And then I found out who Swerve Strickland was. You know what I'm saying? And he came out to Shaka Khan. So that was always dope.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
He came out to Shaka Khan. That was always dope. So he's always had like a good presentation. It just don't never really hit the mark for some reason. It can't never really gain traction. And that's the same thing that's happening with this thing with Keith Lee. Like it was there, it was great, but now it's just it don't never really hit the mark. And they didn't get the singles match. They didn't get to blow off the rivalry, or at least blow off that section of the rivalry. And now it's just he's with the who? The Embassy Suites.
I don't think it's Embassy Suites, but I'm gonna laugh.
I mean,
Ain't that like a hotel?
I mean, that's at this point. I don't. Is that
Team
the name?
Hilton. It's something. It's something. Maybe it's the embassy. I don't know.
Like it's the embassy mogul, the mogul embassy or something like that.
He had his own thing, the mogul affiliates, right? He had that with what's his name, Parker Boudreaux, aka Baby Brock, and the other big dude with all the tattoos and stuff like that. And then they was doing stuff where Rick Ross, he just had a promo a couple months ago with Tech Nine, and like he come out with like a velvet ski mask, which is funny, and it brings up a good point that even Atlas is saying. You know, white workers have been getting over with black gimmicks for years. We talk about Braun Strowman, Get These Hands. We talk about John Cena, You Can't See Me. You have a lot of them that have hip hop music and things like that. And you have certain things that they can say, certain things that they can do. Ricky is the first black worker who got over for being black. Swerve too, but on the hood side. And that was even with when Swerve was in WWE with the Hit Row thing. It had a lot of steam, and they had like the little rap concert when he was a North American champion, and people received it, and I was happy that people received it because people already crap, you know, all of that stuff. People received it, and they loved it. They accepted Hit Row for what they was. Then all of a sudden, everybody got released,
and then it's like.
People was rocking with him. They was rocking. People was rocking with him. They was rocking with him, and then they let him go. And then Swerve went to AEW. People like Swerve in AEW and things like that. And then Swerve in the Glory and stuff. And now he's having bangers of matches with people, but it's only to showcase the other people. Like what's his name, Nick Wayne, the 18-year-old. Great match, but is anybody really talking about Swerve? No, they're talking about how great the kid that was 18-year-old, how phenomenal he was. And he's had great matches with Orange Cassidy. Orange Cassidy's been, you know, winning everything and going out there working and stuff like that. Swerve has been doing some great things. And even on the hood side of the character and things like that, I like it. Now, I didn't like the two white guys that was with him, because they had no personality, they had no nothing. You know what I'm saying? But doing stuff with Ross and other raps guys and stuff, and he's on the XXL magazine, I believe. They called him a freshman or something like that. I think he's on the cover for XXL magazine. So these are big things that I can say that I do love about Swerve, and I do know that he can wrestle and things like that. But the thing is, it has to be consistent, and they don't want to do that. They're not going to be consistent with Swerve. I think Swerve is one of those guys that, hey, who could we put up somebody up against to have a great match? Swerve. We're going to do Swerve. Now, I know that him and Nick Wayne had history and the independence and stuff like that. I think the match they had, that was when Tony said when the guy turns 18, he's going to have an AEW contract and stuff like that.
Yeah. That was like, because he was like 16, 17 or something. Yeah, I remember that.
Yeah,
I remember.
So, I Swerve is one of those ones. Like, if I had to choose two, it'll be Swerve and it'll be Ricky that could be up there at the top. So, that's my thing. Jamie says Orange is overrated.
Maybe. I don't know. I like him. I ain't gonna lie.
I like him, but I feel like just like even the alien thing on Chris Statlander's thing, it's only limited, and I think they kind of understood that because there was a time where you didn't see Orange Cassidy every week. Mind you, Orange Cassidy has some of the top view segments on the YouTube channel, like 60 something million and stuff like that. But still, now it's like they're trying to have him, work more, wrestle more because he's a champ and stuff like that. So Alice says he too hood. But yeah, them two. Scorpio Sky, what about him?
I just feel bad for Scorpio Sky.
Okay, he's coming. He just came back. He had an injury. He did have an injury. So
yeah, I know, because he's been there since the beginning. I would say with a lot of confidence that SCU in the beginning of AEW probably one of the hottest groups they had. Like up there with one of the hottest groups they had. That this is the worst city, it's the worst town I've ever been in. He would drop that line, bro, and the crowd would go crazy. He blowing your city. He telling you this city is the worst city he ever been in. You don't care. You cheered anyway. So you know what I'm saying? To have that kind of start, it was the first. He was the first AEW tag team champion.
Yep.
He wasn't the first TNT. He wasn't the first TNT champion, was he?
No, that was Cody.
Right.
I think he beat Guevara for it. I think they traded some wins, and then eventually Wardlow beat him for it, and then that was Wardlow's first reign with the title.
How long he been in?
Yeah, he was out for a while. Like he just showed up. Like I think it was a knee injury. It was a serious injury. He was out for months. So,
because there was that. Okay, so there was that time after he lost when he was with Dan Lambert and them. What was it?
The top team.
Yeah, American
that
top
goes.
team.
That goes in the Atlas point that I'm just showing to. Then that goes into the point.
Yeah,
somebody had to be around him. I don't want to say just to basically garner it. Top team because Lambert was just like a bootleg Cornette because Cornette didn't want to come in. There was Man of the Year with Ethan Page, but people hated Ethan Page more than they hated Scorpio Sky. SCU, I mean, they was all doing their thing and stuff like that, but he was like with Lambert when he won the belt for the second time, when he had the Laker color of the TNT title, which looked nice, by the way.
That was fly.
That
purple and gold. That purple and gold was fire. I ain't gonna lie.
Yeah. It was. Yeah.
It was like
he bringing up points. Alice is bringing up points though.
And that's what I'm saying. I'm cool with a jump off from one group. Like he's right. First of all, like Atlas is right because I'm cool with the jump off from SCU to him kind of doing what he was doing when he beat Sammy and he was doing his own thing and he kind of separated from them. He wasn't really a face. He wasn't really a heel. He was just Scorpio Sky trying to figure out his way. You know what I'm saying? He was actually carrying it wasn't Dynamite, but it was Dark because that was the joke last time. That AEW Dark.
Dark. No, you're right.
Dark meant dark. You know what I'm saying?
He was on there for a long time.
So he was holding it down. He was holding it down on AEW Dark. But when he had to, it did seem like a regression when he went back and started like moving with America Top Team.
Yeah.
So, and a lot of that has happened since we've had this conversation. Like him winning the title from, because that ain't been that long ago. You know, there's still a new company. So
yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Him being with them and now where he at now, you know, hopefully this the face of the revolution. He's supposed to be the face of the revolution. He won that match.
Oh, when he got the Sonic ring.
Yeah, the big brass ring when he climbed up and grabbed the brass ring. You gotta reach for the brass ring, and you gotta grab it. So,
yeah. So, I agree with Atlas on this one. I will say he hasn't, from what I've seen before AEW, he has improved on the microphone. But at the same time, he's always had like the safe belt of being in a group with somebody that was a bigger a-hole. If that makes sense. To be like, as soon as they grab the microphone, people are going to be upset because, yeah, that's the point. I do think, because I like him. I do. And, and Addison saying what I'm thinking. Multiple attempts at getting Scorpion over, and it failed. He just doesn't. I don't even want to say give it time because I hate saying give it time. Because I know he's up there in age, one, and you're going to be stuck in your ways the older you get. You know what I'm saying? I don't think that they are going to elevate him to a bigger picture. Not to be negative, but it's just being truthful. They're not going to. I think that he probably would be better in a group or in a tag team match. He's had great matches. He really has. He's done some great things, but Alice brings up a wonderful, well, I wouldn't say wonderful. He brings up an accurate point. So I will say that. I have supposed to have a picture of him up. I forgot because he's in the front.
I mean, that kind of speaks for itself.
No, it's not like that. I was at work. What happened was I was at work putting up this stuff because I didn't want to mess up stuff. And I still mess up stuff. I didn't even have a lot of other stuff I was supposed to have.
Because he's that forgettable. That's
low key. Okay, low key. We was low key about to say bye. And until Dose said that, I was like, dang, he was supposed to be talked about today. He was supposed to, and he brought up another
on the
person.
thumbnail. Is he on the thumbnail? I think he's on the thumbnail.
I think he is on the thumbnail.
So we give him credit. He is on the thumbnail.
He's sad now because I forgot him. That's why. If you can see, he's sad because my bad, bro. I'm sorry. I'm sorry, bro. My bad, bro. It was an accident.
Hashtag sad Scorpion.
It wasn't. I will read a few more, and then we're going to give our final thoughts on this whole thing with AEW. Dante, I know he's hurt. Hopefully he comes back. His brother used to get hurt a lot, but then he got hurt from the Canadian Destroyer off the ladder onto a table and broke his ankle, I believe.
Oh, his whole leg, I believe.
His whole leg, like he was like doing the stanky leg on. He was purposely doing a stanky leg, and he wasn't supposed to do that. Don't do moves like that, by the way.
Please don't.
They have time to improve. I say slow down. That's what I would say. I would literally say slow down. There's multiple. Okay, we talked about that. I feel Scorpio will be better fit and Impact. Shoot, he was this enhancement talent in Impact. I remember he need a different name. He doesn't look like a Scorpio Sky. Oh, that's a good question. Okay, so let me be clear about Sonny. Sonny needs some work. I will say this. Sonny needs some work. And I did forget about Sonny. Sonny does need work. I will say that. If we want to be completely clear, outside of a couple things in ROH and when AEW was doing AEW Dark and Dark Elevation, when it's Pride Month, you see a lot of Sonny. That's going to go into one of my conclusions too. I mean, be honest, like regardless of how you feel about the orientation or how he wants to be or whatever like that. Sometimes you got to call a spade a spade. How many books you got in your hand? Because, you know, AEW is really pushing that we are progressive, we are this, we are that. They had all of that. But outside of that, me looking at Sonny Kiss, I was not impressed. And it's not that because of the community he represents, because I went to a Black Wrestlers Matter show, the one that happened in Chicago, and there was a guy named Devin Monroe. That guy could work. You get what I'm saying? My thing is, it's just certain ways you have to be as a professional wrestler, and I feel like he needs more work. And I do feel like they don't tell him that because they don't want to be canceled or something like that. Right. But I do think that Sonny needs work.
So from what I know, my minor wrestling knowledge, very minor. And they'll just put it like this. Sonny's presentation is nothing new to wrestling, okay? And Lucha Libre, they got exoticos. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? They've been had those for years. You know what I'm saying? As a role in wrestling, they got it's just as well as with baby faces and heels. You know what I'm saying? It's just a classification of what kind of wrestler you are. The idea that him not being available enough to even critique, I don't even, you know what I'm saying? It's not even idea of his orientation. He don't be on TV enough.
The biggest thing Sonny Kiss has done was feuding with Joey Janela on Dark, on like AEW Dark.
And I enjoyed that.
Yeah, it was actually entertaining. And the one time I do remember seeing Sonny Kiss on Dynamite was when he replaced somebody when they was doing a tournament to go against John Moxley, and Kenny just gave him a kick and the one-winged angel and beat him. The meme of Kenny looking unimpressed, just sitting down, that was when he pinned Sonny Kiss. That's what that was. So you get what I'm saying when I say this kind of stuff. Like, there's a difference between representation and pandering and say, oh, look at what we got. You get what I'm saying? Because, and I've said this multiple times, and I said when it's June, that's when you see videos and stuff, and you may see them pop up a couple times. You know, that's all I'm going to say about that. The Acclaim. We talked about the Acclaim. Atlas, you had to be here earlier, man. We talked about the Acclaim. We definitely believe that. He could sell water. Yes. We talked about the Acclaim. We definitely know that they low-key should still be the champs. Like, they should have a lengthy reign. People want to see them. They want to hear the raps and stuff like that. The black people rapping that people want to see. Outside of R-Truth, it's not a lot of people that really, you know what I'm saying?
They rapping. They actually rapping. Yeah,
don't get me started on Sonny freaking Kiss. Sonny Kiss is the reason why WC I'd give a joke like Quincy Elliott a contract. Oh my God. Some people got mad at me when I made a video about Quincy Elliott because I agree with what Booker T said about Quincy Elliott. I agree. And some people are trying to say, I usually don't like this kind of stuff, but no, I'm like, nah, you just want to argue with me. So yeah. Quincy Elliott. Anyway. But for real, like the Quincy Elliott thing, that was just too far. You even had people that is of the LGBT community, they didn't even like Quincy Elliott. They didn't receive Quincy Elliott. They felt like it was more of a stereotype than a actual representation of what they are and who they are. So a lot of people didn't like that, so, regardless of any orientation. Some people was just like, what is this? And I'm mad that they had him beat Zion Quinn because I actually like Zion Quinn. But the man would come out and actually twerk on like the turnbuckle post. My thing is this. People always say you're supposed to wipe your feet to show a sign of respect to the ring. This man putting his butt crack on it is not helping the whole situation.
As some things go, signs of respect are different in different cultures. You know, a handshake is different. You know what I'm saying, in different cultures. So I get you.
I'm just saying, man, that ain't what kind of shake. Anybody want to see that shake? but 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 going into it, yeah, I understand. So no, she said,
Well, good luck. Have fun with that.
yeah, there's a lot of cancel culture and stuff with Quincy right now, and Quincy has actually been back on NXT, so doing tag team matches and dancing and stuff. So, man, don't start that, bro. I'm having a good day today, all right? I don't want to puke in his mouth. All right, so what are your closing thoughts on this situation, my brother?
So since this is a follow-up, this is technically a follow-up from the last one. I will say this. They are trying more than they did last time we had this conversation.
Mm-hmm.
They had maybe one, maybe two black wrestlers, 3 on the card at the most. We were struggling. We definitely couldn't have made.
I
We
couldn't
definitely
make. I
no. That thumbnail. One more time. Let's put that thumbnail.
I got you. I got you. I got you.
That thumbnail would have been dry, y'all. This time last year, that conversation he pulled up earlier would have been dry. So we'd have been talking about. We'd have been talking about.
Ricky and the Acclaim.
Ricky and Scorpio, probably. We probably
Ricky and Scorpio, and maybe the Acclaim. Yeah,
maybe
that's it. Yeah,
maybe. Yep. Maybe the Acclaim at the time. Maybe. Jay probably wasn't even. Jay probably had maybe just about to make a debut. What's the name was there? I can't think of her name. They got fired. Had the whole.
Atlas be talking about it. Big Swole.
Big Swole.
So was she right?
No.
No.
No. No. That's what she was talking about. Because we was like, and I liked Big Swole, but I was just like, you got to come up with something different, man. And it just didn't happen.
Yeah. And then Tony was like, you ain't even that good of a wrestler. She has some stuff to say. I think she just went up a little bit too far with it. So,
but I feel like it's in a better situation than it was last time we had this conversation. Definitely. I know the company is still young, but if they want to be considered to be as forward moving and progressive as WWE, because in the time frame we looking at both companies, they just had WWE just had a black woman come off longest
modern
women's
era.
title reign.
Modern era. That's what they said.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? Multiple black world champions. The Street Profits is one of the hottest, you know what I'm saying, the hottest teams in the company. You know what I'm saying? Bobby Lashley, Big E, the New Day, like it's popping over there. You know what I'm saying? And I know they got a lot more to work with, but you got 3 companies basically. Tony Khan, what you doing? You got like 3 companies because ROH ain't really got shit. We ain't even gonna talk about that.
I mean, they got some. I mean, like I looked at the pre-show and I thought Shane Taylor was pretty dope, and I'm like, dog, he need to be on Dynamite and stuff like that. And AR Fox, he was on there. He went against AR Fox and stuff. Yeah, Trisha Dora, she was part of the infantry with Sean Dean and Carly Bravo. Like you they have people. I mean,
But like I said, it's better than it was last time, so I'll give them that.
Okay. So I just checked the roster. AEW have a lot of black wrestlers. Yeah. So, all right. I'm gonna say this. From last time we spoke, there have been an increase in black wrestlers and even wrestlers of color. So that's good. You know, that's a good thing. So like Atlas was correct on certain things. Now, from what Big Swole said, I did think she was jumping the gun on a little bit of the stuff. And with Atlas was saying that it was more of her having an ego than her trying to step up for other wrestlers of color that aren't getting anything and stuff like that. So I will agree with that. Now, I'm not going to sit here and say she can't wrestle, but I do think that at that time, she definitely needed work. But a lot of the women needed work and stuff like that. I just think that she thought that a lot of people was going to back her up with that statement before she got let go. The only person was Leo Rush, and Leo Rush gets fired and hired everywhere. So, and he had just got hired by AEW and then got fired when he said this. So, but you get what I'm saying? So, I think she was trying to cause a revolution, but it was like too early to tell. And then now,
revolution. Do you want a
yeah,
revolution?
it didn't work, and I did like her honestly, and I did feel like she did have charisma and stuff like that. But I didn't think that like they would ever like elevate her to like the title picture or anything like that. I don't feel like they're going to do that for a lot of black wrestlers now, but there are more black wrestlers. Yeah, you get what I'm saying? Like we just listed, not even all, but some of the people. And my take on it is this: AEW has throwaway money. They have throwaway money. They make new titles every other month. They make a TV show every 6 months. You have throwaway money. So are you really caring about ratings to shake things up to make a black AEW champion? Or to let alone just have them in the main event? This is the time to do it because I don't want to say that your ratings are low, but they're not as high as somebody else's. So you can do that because you have a lot of people that are loyal to AEW regardless of what they do. They're going to love it regardless. Some people just are. So why wouldn't you have taken a chance with the Swerve or with the Ricky Starks or anything like that? Why don't you take that chance or anything? What's holding you back from doing that? Because you have I don't want to say low viewership, but I don't think you're going to have a drastic decrease in ratings and viewership if you have a black champion, or let alone somebody in the main event. What I don't want, and I want to be clear, is there's a difference between representation, pandering, and presentation. You get what I'm saying? Like, when black wrestlers win stuff in Black History Month, it's dope, but at the same time, I'll be like, you get what I'm saying? Like I'll be happy, then I'll be like, of course. Because that kind of even takes away from their win, if that makes sense. I can understand a feel-good story. I can understand something building up. And I can understand that maybe the pay-per-view is randomly in February. I can understand that. But then when it's just something shoehorned to just make people happy because it's Black History Month, I can be like, come on. Like, come on. Not booking somebody because they black could be just as bad as just booking somebody because they black. People don't like to talk about that second part. They don't like to talk about that part. I just have you because you're black. That's it. You know what I'm saying? I think that is as disturbing as not booking somebody or whatever like that. You know what I'm saying? My take on it is this. I've already said this is not a video to beg AEW to change. I don't have no videos where I'm begging, unless I'm playing, I'm begging somebody to change something for something. If that's what they want to do, that's them. I've said it. Go indie. Hollywood going on strike. Go indie. Go indie. Go indie on a lot of stuff. Comic books. Homie, Eric July. I'm a fan of his stuff on the comic book stuff. Go indie. They got stuff that you want. You can choose it. You can get it and stuff like that. You know, to the point. You can either wait for change or you can be the change. You get what I'm saying? C3 Ultimate Wrestling, right? Owned by me and my wife. And we are black. People call it a black-owned business. That's fine. I'm not against that. But I also say that we are a family-oriented business as well. All colors and sizes. Anybody can come in and have fun. We just try to make sure that the family structure is good and people look at this kind of stuff. You get what I'm saying? It's not, I just want you to support me because I'm black. Nah, I have something that I think is very different. We have great content and things like that. We got Kev on the mic. We got Atlas. We got C Red. We got Mark Reconcile. We got a lot of people, regardless of their color, who they are, where they come from, and things like that. We do something different. You know what I'm saying? And that's fine. Hey, I want to support black businesses. That's cool with me too. I'm not against that. But at the same time, I also want you to just look at my content as well. Hold on, mama. She want me to help her put her princess dress on while I'm doing live. Give me 1 second, okay? You want to say hi to everybody? Hold on. Hi. Y'all know this is my co-host. But Atlas says it was unnecessary revolution. They are looking for a talent who has it. You're right, Atlas. It says, think about it. Who is AEW's homegrown? Flair, Sting, Hogan, that worker that shifts the needle for them. But that's what I'm saying. Even if you do not have that yet, or you're struggling with that, why not bet on black at this time? Why not bet on black? Why not? Why not a Ricky Starks? Like a guy that we talked about worked hard and things like that. And we know who he is and charisma and stuff like that. The crowd loves him. Even though he's a heel now, they're cheering, you deserve it. They like you and stuff like that. Why not have him overcome things like that and have a longer feud with MJF or something like that, or the main event thing? Why not have Willow just dethrone Tony? Because I don't know what's going on with them. I don't know. I'm confused. I don't know. The Outcast, this and that. I don't know. For the sake of what? For the sake of what? That's me. For the sake of what? Soraya's back. I know that she has a lot of still body and injury issues and stuff she's dealing with. So I don't know. Say Atlas says, what you think the Owen spot means? I hope it goes. Look, I hope it's not in vain. For both winners. I hope it's not in vain. I hope it's just not, oh, I'm going to just get this to you because of a demographic or anything like that. Because I do think this is the time to elevate these people. And when I say elevate, I don't mean push them and they got to win everything and win every feud and stuff like that. So, yeah, he went over on Punk. And Action Andretti went over on Chris Jericho. And I'm not saying that, continue to build on that, please. I almost begged. See, I had to catch myself. Willow's. Shoot, y'all could make her the face, the women's face, if you really wanted to. I think it Starks and Willow, they have believability, and I believe that it works. I believe this is the time to do it if you wanted to. You get what I'm saying? She didn't have. She came short. Came up short on the ROH women's title, so now she can say she wants another title. He says they are. I hope so, because I like both of them. But that's all. Like, hold on, Kim. Hold on, y'all. Give me a sec. My baby won't put a thing on.
You all good?
It's not my baby.
Oh, you my baby. I don't care about your little attitude. Okay, Alice's comment. I want to respond.
Yeah, I can see.
They just wait. Look. What? I want it to happen, Atlas. I want it to be long-term booking, because this long-term booking that AEW has been wanting people to do, as in like go to New Japan library and look at how this feud started 5 years ago. Nah, do homegrown long-term booking. I hope it works. I hope it works. I truly do. I hope it works, because these two people, they're showing and they're killing it. I'm not saying they're the first to kill it or they're the last to kill it, but I want it to work. What, Maya? So I want to be clear, because I love Atlas. I'm not disagreeing with you. I want it to happen. It's I'd say about time.
Yeah.
I'd say about time. You know, it's what, the 4th year, going on the 5th year. You know, when Tony first started, he said in 2 years he was gonna have a black world champion. That's why I analyze it. I analyze it, this whole thing, because of that. If he never said that, I probably wouldn't even do this, honestly, because it's what you said. It's not just push this, because like I said, they got other options. They have other options. You know what I'm saying? But Tony said this. Nobody presses him on it. I don't mind doing it because you said it. That's just like if I say I'm gonna have a new champ tomorrow or something like that. People probably anticipate a new champ, but then I don't deliver. People probably gonna be like, Chris, what's going on? What happened? What was your change of heart? What's going on? It's time to push that button. It's time to push the button. It's the best co-host. Indeed. Kev. I hope you're not wrong on this. I want you to be 100% right on this. Because those two, they right. I would throw Swerve in there too, but yeah. I would definitely throw Swerve in there as well, but I know what you mean when you're talking about it. So
yep. Yeah.
She's still trying to look for those that school that them wrestlers look, you know, the wrestlers who got students. She's still looking for that school. And I understand about the draw and stuff. And like I said, if they do it right, and I trust that I trust that they will, it will work out. That's his AV. Don't.
She can't see you.
No, he cut his thing out. He got stuff he got to do. He'll be back. See?
Yeah.
So, yeah. The investment, because you want that pop. You want people to look in it. You want people to, get invested into the thing. And I hope it works out, because it'll work for these two guys. To me, you can't even say, I don't think so. It has to work for these guys, to me. When the fumble, Jay Lethal, when he first came, I was done. Okay. The thing with Jay Lethal, and I love Jay. Listen, I love Jay Lethal. I love Jay Lethal. His stuff in ROH was good, but Jay Lethal is a role player, and he's been a role player for years, years. Hey, I'll put this person over. We'll have a great match and things like that. Like, he's been a role player. Like, even him with Jeff Jarrett and stuff like that. Like, role playing. You're just role players, you know. You need role players in professional wrestling. So, Alice said, but you see, that's what I'm saying. It goes into, like, Jay is a role player. Jay is somebody. I don't want to say the word. Alice gonna say it for me, but he's a role player more than anything. So, you still looking for those schools? Did you find the schools yet?
You said what? You said which school she looking for?
She looking for the schools, you know, with them wrestlers who got students and stuff. I'm trying to see where they train at.
Oh yeah.
She looking for. She number one on the job. But all right. In closing, I do want to say thank you to everybody that has commented, had ideas, brought up names that I forgot. Thank you to my co-host, Yella. Here we go. That we not here, Brony. Shout out to my co-host Yella. If you are not familiar with his content, you got to get from under that rock. When you see this sign, subscribe, follow, like, Twitch, YouTube, all the good stuff. So, shout out to him and shout out to you and everything that you continue to do. I'm thankful that you had time to speak over a topic we've talked about. You know, it's not like something like new or whatever like that. You know, the landscape has changed since the last time we've seen it. Now we're trying to see what's next after this, because you have a few, not all. And I've said it again. I don't just push them because they black. Nah, some people just not ready. But you have two people at least to where y'all are currently elevating and shooting for the stars. And hopefully they stay there. So Once again, if you have not, since you've watched this, make sure you subscribe to the channel, the Take It Home podcast, and also C3 Ultimate Wrestling. Thank you, Touch of Noir. Make sure you subscribe to the Take It Home podcast, C3 Ultimate Wrestling, Yellow Pill Coffee Company, Crickly Drinking. I got to get a whole bunch of other people's stuff too, so I can promote and stuff, because a lot of people show me love, they show support. When Kev shows the stream of the wrestling shows, people giving love and they liking everything. So, like I said, to give back, I want to support. So, you know, I know Kev wanted to see his girl one more time.
Boo. Boo. Boo.
I'm sorry. I had to do.
Boo hiss.
I had to hiss.
Boo hiss.
She's still looking for the schools, but once again, I hope you guys are having a wonderful day. We are signing out. This is Chris Classic. Next show is the birthday week. Okay, definitely got to turn up. You want to say bye to Cam?
Bye.
This is my. All right.
Bye.
Yeah. All right. This is Chris Classic and Yellow Pill. Let's take it home.
Bye.